What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on the Prozmadik channel. As you guys saw in the news today, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this, especially if you are part of the YouTube community and you follow other commentators besides me. So another incident with Jake Paul has happened. This time, something, I would say something that all of us never expected. We never expected this to happen. But on Wednesday, August 5th, Jake Paul got raided by the FBI. The FBI raided his house. And when I heard about this, I was like, first off, I was like kind of surprised, because most of the time when Jake Paul it's announced like he's being arrested and stuff like that, it's all been publicity stunts he's done in the past. His most recent publicity stunt about being arrested was like a week after the Arizona thing. He made a video on YouTube on his channel of him being arrested, quote quote. It wasn't an actual arrest. It was fake for views, because he knows that gets views. But this isn't fake. This is 100% legit. This is not a fake attempt for views. This is a legit situation, and if the FBI is involved, it's a very serious situation. And from what I've heard online and from the articles I've read, a lot of people have been saying that this raid was somehow connected to what he did in Arizona when he trespassed on a mall and accepted a stolen bottle of vodka. We reported on this situation around a month and a half ago or so. So that's what people are saying. They don't know exactly the main reason why the FBI showed up to his house. But the articles are saying it's somehow connected to what he did in Arizona, or what he was involved in with Arizona. But another guy that is actually partners with Jake with this little business that they run. There's a guy named Amani Azadi. He was also raided. I believe in Las Vegas in his mansion. He was also raided by the FBI. What I've just found through social media and through Keemstar's interviews with Jake Paul's old manager before he left, and from old videos I heard over the past few years, it sounds like Amani is not the best person to hang out with. He's done a lot of illegal stuff in his time. From articles I've heard that he's a pimp. He's done some other stuff besides that, but the most recent activity he's been doing is like pimping. A lot of people are also speculating that the reason Jake Paul got raided by the FBI was because he's connected to Amani, because they are business partners. Him and Amani work together. So that does make some sense on why Jake Paul would also get raided by the FBI. Through the interview I saw of Jake's old manager before he left, he claims that Jake knew exactly what he was going to get into. He knew exactly the history of this man, and he just chose to work with him regardless of the bad history and negative history, basically the criminal record this guy had. And Jake apparently just went on to do it anyway, which in my opinion is a very stupid move. It's a very stupid move. Like, if I was going to work with someone and I noticed this long history of receipts, criminal history of assault, I think some sexual assault and all that type of stuff, and if I saw that receipt and I saw this was a guy I was thinking about working with for a legit business, I would deny him. I personally would not allow this guy to work with me. I would not work with a guy who has a criminal record, because once I work with this guy, I am somehow involved with him. And if he does get legally in trouble, I may get legally in trouble too, being involved with him. And that seems what happens with Jake, because I'm not. Also, Amani recently, within the past few years, he messaged the girls 18 and up, 18 to like 25 or whatever, around those ages, I believe. He private messaged these people, inviting them to Jake's house, saying that in the messages he said, allegedly, we don't know if this is true, but this came from his manager, Jake's old manager, is that he messaged these girls to get them to the house because he wants to see if they're able to join Jake's YouTube group, Team 10, as it was called back in the day. It's not a thing anymore, but back in the day when Team 10 was a thing, he DM'd these girls and was like, hey, come over, we're interested in your content, we want to see if you're a great asset to our team, come over to Jake's house, we'll talk, see if you if you can apply to the team. And that was like a way to lure girls into Jake's house, so Amani can basically there's not really a pleasant way to say this, basically sexually violate them. That's like the best way I can say it, but you know what I mean by that. And Jake was fully aware of what Amani was doing. So first off, it's a very sticky situation that Jake got himself into. His old manager even told him to not get involved with this guy because of his criminal history, but somehow Jake ignored all the red flags, and after like 3 years or so of working with this guy, he's ended up with the FBI at his door. And surprisingly, when the FBI raided his place, he was not home. He was not home when the raid happened. So far we have no public announcement from Jake himself of what's happened, or anyone, even from his brother Logan. He hasn't even announced anything about this that I'm aware of. So we don't really know. All we can get is the information from Jake's old manager and some people who used to be with Jake but aren't with him anymore, that left his team and are basically working on their own now, or working with different groups, entertainers now. So it's a very sticky situation. But for the biggest question I have is, how does Jake let something like this, something so criminal, something so bad, last for this long? Because again, he knew about this guy's past history of crime, and he's accepted him into the business, and he knew that he was luring, he knew he was bringing girls into the house. He's known about the illegal businesses he's done. Some people are saying Jake is somehow connected to those businesses, those illegal businesses that Amani does, which, if so, Jake is Jake's screwed, dude. Jake's very screwed. I say Amani's definitely gonna get in trouble for this. Definitely for the past stuff and the stuff that's coming out now. So far, these are allegations. These aren't really proof. But if you watch the Keemstar's 2 recent interviews on this situation, you will guys fully understand what's going on if you haven't seen those already. But again, those are very technically allegations. They're not proven yet for this to happen. But from the past history, I can see this as like actual facts of these claims, these allegations that people were putting on him, and that Jake is somehow connected to this. And man, it's just a crazy time, very crazy time to be alive, dude. But yeah, again, I was not expecting this to happen. I don't think everyone was. Honestly, no one was really expecting the FBI to show up to Jake's house. Some people, when I first heard about it, I honestly thought it was one of Jake's publicity stunts to get views, but no, as time went on, and by the next day, by Thursday, it was a legit thing. It was a legit thing that happened, and it's a legit thing that's still going on. The case is still in process. They're not done. They're not done investigating whatever the case is about. They haven't announced anything, but I believe within probably a week or two from now, we'll fully understand why the FBI raided Jake's house and why Jake somehow got involved. But we have an idea. It's not a full idea. It's just allegations at the point. It's not fact. It's just allegations and speculation. But we'll know for certain within a week or two why this happened, basically. And maybe a week from now, maybe by next Wednesday, Jake will publicly announce something about this. We don't know. I don't know. No one really knows. That isn't involved in the situation thoroughly. It's a sucky situation to be in, but from what I hear, from what I've heard from these allegations and what people have said, he's had it coming. He's been working with this guy again for 3 years plus or so, and he's known about his past history, so he had it coming. I'll say that he had it coming. That's basically all I can say. He had it coming, and he may get some kind of legal punishment out of this. We just have to wait and see. We just have to wait for the thing to unfold, this incident to unfold and all that. But yeah, basically, thank you all for watching this video. I wasn't really planning on making this video, but I asked you guys on Twitter and Instagram, and I asked if you guys would like me to make this video, and a majority of you guys were like yes, and I was like, okay, since I already talked about the Arizona one, why not talk about the raid one? But yeah, crazy year to be in. 2020 is possibly going to be one of the craziest years that I'm going to live in, and a lot of people have experienced. Hopefully 2021 is not as crazy, but we just don't know. It'll make it crazy from here on out. Who knows? But yeah, 2020 has been a crazy year, and it's been a very sucky year for some people. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. We'll stop rambling. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I would like to thank you guys for the recent support on the channel. The channel has been a decent amount of support recently, so I'd like to thank you guys for that. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep watching videos. Keep enjoying my content, even though I'm basically just a kid on the internet who commentates over some basically ridiculous stuff and gives my opinion on it. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.